game. So the 360p, the quality, it's kind of hard. I'll be honest. Cannot read names right now. I can see that we got what Ezzy in the top lane for Area 51. We've got Dabis in the jungle. February 14th on ADC. Is it Vins? I assume on AD, and then their support is oh lord, I cannot make that out. Ja, J- uh, Brian, nice, nice. And then on the side of Pogfrogs, we've got Gwyn Queso as always on the jungle. Um, yeah, look at it. I think. Uh, let's see if we can look at their roster. Yeah, it does. It looks like they're just rocking their. Should we just say their normal roster, and go from there? Yeah, yeah, that was the change. So we can't comment on player names, but we can comment on team composition. So, Judge, what do you think about what both teams have got lined up here? Mhm. And when you're looking at how both teams want to execute on their comp, like you were mentioned immediately with the Ken and Jarvan combo, this is a Area 51 have a wombo combo comp going. There's no denying that. You're looking for a Vladimir R into a Jarvan R into a Kennen R, maybe even a Draven all over the top. Like that's the absolute ideal team fight scenario where you just wipe the enemy team off the face of the map in one fell swoop. Whereas on the side of Pogfrogs, maybe a bit more split decision. The Lee Sin looking to try and have pressure over the map early, get their weaker laners, the Senna and the Cho'Gath, maybe into more of their late game, as we see the Lee Sin pathing down early and trade patterns going back and forth. Now, it is understandable as we see a tower dive level. I believe that's 2 or 3. His first blood immediately goes over to Vince, absolutely destroying the bot lane for the side of Pogfrogs. Does the second one manage to go through the flash under tower, the auto attack? Wait, that is going to be a double kill for Vince at level 2. Oh my god, Judge, what just happened? Let's go. Yeah. 10 CS Sheen is not something that you often see these days. Because the 10 CS is definitely not 700 gold. But this man is going to be walking back to lane with not just Sheen, but 2 long swords, 1.4k in the bank. This is a scary, scary Draven. Yeah, absolutely. We've seen just what Vince can do on not only on ADC but on specifically on Draven. Game I have PTSD flashbacks to the Dundee's Nuts game almost every day at this point, and back to his Draven. So we know how powerful he can be on this composition, but on this champion. But in terms of the composition, if we look at the Cho'Gath, the Senna, and the Vex for the side of Pogfrogs, you can kind of see a bit of a late game scaling angle here. Whilst they do have some compensation in form of the Vladimir on Area 51, you can really see how these late game team fights could look to be quite positive for them if they get some items under the belt. But I'm not sure how possible that is with Vin's tower diving level 2. Yeah. Absolutely. No, I think explosive is definitely the word. Both teams looking to, play for massive CC on the side of Pogfrogs and just massive damage on the side of Area 51. You do have to think, though, as we go into the later game, would it maybe be possible using the CC, you know, the Senna route, Morgana route? Cho'Gath is of course a CC machine, and the fears from the Vex, the kick from the Lee Sin. Is it possible for Pogfrogs to maybe disengage from, you know, these big Kennonars that we were talking about? Or do you think by the time that they're on top of you, it's too late, you're already dead? No worries at all as we look here as Vince has stacked an absolutely massive wave coming into bot tower. Gonna have to see if we can keep this game going on a solo cast as Judge looks to fix the stream. Trades going back up in the top lane, but yeah, no, the tower dive not gonna happen. Looks like it's just gonna be some more plates under the belt of the already fed Vins. If we go back to the point that we were talking about earlier, when it comes to that team fight, possibly Pogfrogs could look to, you know, disengage from these fights, hopefully avoid some of that massive damage and that CC. As we see the Lee Sin gank coming in, Q is flashed. However, the Cannonall is coming out. There's a lot of damage onto the Cho'Gath. A flash goes forward, but goes nowhere. As Jarvan is here on the regank, Cho'Gath getting chased down is going to be traded back. Lee Sin going to hop his way out to safety, as that is going to be a 1-for-0 with a flash burn on both sides in favor of Area 51. And you have to feel like when we look at these players from a purely ability-based view in terms of their points, Pogfrogs is a friend team, and they're looking, you know, to just play and enjoy this league and have fun. Whereas on the other side, in A51, whilst they're undoubtedly having fun, they're looking to do it in style, and they're looking to maybe even take the title here. Even though, you know, they are only, 1-2, I believe, right now, as of this game. We're still so early into this UNL season that, you know, they can still make their way back without any trouble at all, as we see plenty more poke coming down into the bot lane. 3-1, just shy of a 2k gold lead, I believe that is, if we're going based on what we can see. Quite early on into the game, I would posit that with the Essence Reaver on the side of Vins compared to the Doran's Blade on the side of Pogfrog's ADC God King, there's a slight lead here, and we can guess which lane it's in. A very dominant player. We know how strong Vince can be, and I wouldn't hesitate to posture that he's going to try and run away with this game. How are we looking on the stream, Judge? Yep. No worries at all. We'll just keep this going here as the game seems to have slowed down. Vinz is just taking his advantage, taking his absolutely monumental CS lead of 26 here. As I say that, he runs in, auto-attacks the Morgana once, twice, 3 times, goes down, the damage is there, he's going to be tower diving. However, the ultimate does go wide, has to flash away from the Lee Sin Sonic Wave, manages to get himself out though, and that is just going to be yet another kill on a man who's already so monumentally fed.
Right.
And you have to... Yeah?
Right, I think that should be fine. I think I've got the headset and mic set up.
Nice. Looking good as we see February 14th taking down Hector there in the bot lane. So we believe all the microphones set up. We're all good to go?
Yes.
Fantastic. Rocking. So 5-1. 3k gold lead. And I wouldn't hesitate to say it's probably almost all on Vince. What do you think about this game?
I mean, when you've got a Draven who's 3-1 with... I mean, you look at the CS difference as well. If you can even see the CS difference, which I'm pretty sure is sitting at 50 in the bot lane.
Yeah.
That's
it's tough. And I was commenting earlier on the itemization as well when Vince was up a entire Essence Reaver to a Doran's Blade, and that gap has not closed. Being a full mythic item ahead. Not a mythic item, sorry, but a full item ahead. This bot lane really does feel unplayable. In terms of ways to peel it back as well, I'm sort of feeling like, for Pogfrogs at least at this point, what can you do? If you send 5 people into him, I wouldn't be surprised if he picked up, what, 2, maybe 3 before he goes down, provided, you know, the karma's with him and he plays correctly, unless Vince massively oversteps here. I can't quite see Pogfrog's way back into bot lane. So perhaps they just have to transition to the other side of the map, try and play for top side.
Yeah. Looking at positives for Pogfrogs. Oh, Lee Sin gap.
Exactly. As the Lee Sin kick comes through, the ultimate from the cannon once again going out. Stun does land, and he's doing massive damage onto this Cho'Gath here. Is not able to pick it up though. The munch comes through, and that's going to be a 1-for-0 for the side of Pogfrogs. Like we said, trade it over to the top side of the map, try and play for your advantages there, and just try and stall out this Draven in bot lane. And that's exactly what they're looking to do.
Yeah. But here we go.
Vladimir ultimate goes down, and yeah, the damage is just there. Dabis helping clean it up with the flag and drag. Massive players on the side of A51 all across the board. And you know, it's one of those things where even though the Kennen did die to that gank topside, you saw how close that was. If the Cho'Gath did not have his ultimate up, that was a done deal. As we could be looking at tower dive. We're not going to be. Just going to take the plates at this point. They understand, look, they're playing passive as hell, and if we overextend, we're just going to be trading over massive shutdowns here. No need to, you know, overforce the lead, give the enemies advantages, but they don't need it. Just take the lead that we've got and run with it.
Yeah, and with Pogfrogs, obviously the only real positive they have is a decent lead in the top lane. But I don't think that's going to be enough at the moment when you see just how behind their bot lane are.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we look for another tower dive.
Walking past the tier 1 like it doesn't even exist. A 316 damage.
Oh.
Critical strike there from Vinz, decimating the health bar of the enemy bot lane without even a hesitation. As however, do we see the solo bolo in the top lane from the Blaze King? It does not matter that his bot lane is losing. This man is typing GG top gap at the end of this game as Vinz picks up yet another kill onto the enemy mid laner.
This is Blazicus in his Season 4 form where he was getting solo quadra kills. Like, this is the Blazicus of old, and I'm so glad to see this again, even if the game might not go his way.
Even if the game does not result in what you might expect if one of the players is 1v4 quadra killing, because it looks like Vinz might just 1v4, 1v5 pentakill instead, outdo the outplay if it were. And yeah, I mean 5-1-1, what is that if we're trying to read these numbers? A 70 something CS gap. They're struggling out here. Pogfrogs are struggling, and it's one of those things where I'm curious as to the draft here. We didn't get to see it last night. Perhaps we can pick Pog or A51's brain after this game to see what the logic was, but I feel like if you've seen the Draven played by Vinz before, and you know that he's just, you know, he is a tier above your bot lane, which is completely fair to understand and accept, knowing your weaknesses as a team being a very important factor. Surely you have to take away his Draven, surely.
I mean, I would actually say that not only the Draven from Vince, but also Dabis's Jarvan as well. It's kind of become his signature champ. And, you know, I am always surprised when it is let through. He is so strong on the Jarvan.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that early ganking power that Dabis has really always been a fan of. You know, when you're looking at his champion pools, at least in my experience, you've seen the things like the Jarvan, the Xin Zhao, and the Gragas as well coming through. All champions which, should he choose to, can have absolutely massive pressure early game all over the map. As Vin's dealing massive damage in bot lane, doesn't manage to trade anything back. It's just one of those things where I feel like in terms of the draft, you're absolutely right. They did let through so much of these signature picks here. And I'm
this
curious
looks to be another turret dive.
Oh my god, he got deleted.
Auto.
He's gone. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much health you've got. It doesn't matter what items you've got. This man is deleting your entire health bar. As it looks like Gwyn Queso might find himself a little bit picked out here behind enemy lines, gone too deep. The game has decided not to even show us it as we're looking at this trade top lane. Does manage to pick up a kill. Gwyn Queso in a 1v3 situation, but you can't feel like he's winning this. The trade going down 1-for-1 on either side of the map. But I hate to be that guy, but this game definitely seems like a done deal as that Senna gets half of her health bar taken away by one auto attack.
Oh my goodness. That was 3/4 of the Morgana health bar. Jesus.
I mean, yeah, what can you do when a Draven's this fed? Yeah, you've got CC. Sure, you've got a composition. You can try your absolute hardest, but this man is 7-1-1, almost flame horizon over the enemy bot lane. Can you think of any way for Pogfrogs to come back into this one outside of Vin's running into the enemy nexus?
Flash out Cho'Gath. That's literally the only thing, and even that might not be enough with the Eclipse shield as well.
I was gonna say I'd be surprised if he doesn't just heal it all back as well. Manage to heal above the execution threshold, not even die to it. They don't care. They don't have any minions there at the end of that tower. That tower's going down, and so much gold. Honestly, it's one of those games you've just got to accept the reality of the situation. As Ezzy here in the top lane. So it looks like another solo kill is going to go down. February 14th, picking up yet another one in the mid lane. This is a GG no top lane game right here. It doesn't matter that Cho'Gath fed us. We can't even speak to even try to analyze the game. Kennen TPing in, trying his best. He wants to participate in this game. He wants to play. He wants to be a part of it. But A51, unfortunately, not going to be able to let him there.
The whirling death is living up to its name from Vince. Like, just utter and complete annihilation with those axes right now. And
he doesn't care that I can't imagine the amount of gold that this man is sitting on. One auto attack. It doesn't even matter. As we see, what's that? 5 there now grouped for the side of Pogfrogs, maybe looking to try and pick up this shutdown.
That's a big Cho'Gath.
Sonic Wave goes wide. Cabbage is here to defend. The flash forward, massive shields, and the Kennen ulti, just like you were speaking about, doing massive damage onto the side of Pogfrogs. It does not matter how strong you think your engage is. Vince is going to be able to get himself out, and that's a triple kill. Is he finally being able to be part of this game, be part of his team's victory with a massive ult in the team fight there? That's more damage. Oh my! Delete key. Delete key. That is what Vince is. He is not even letting his opponents play out the game right now. It does not matter. And I'll be honest, I'm looking at the timeline on the YouTube video right now. We've still got time. What the hell does Vince do? What the hell does A51 do to have this game go on for another 11 minutes?
In case it tries for one, but that's a legendary champion right there.
There was an attempt, I believe is the phrase. There was an attempt. Trying their absolute hardest. But at 20 kills to 4, I mean, I was on a commentary board for the Abate Invitational earlier this week, and I saw the biggest gold lead I have ever seen in my life. 25k. I can't believe, I can't remember off the top of my head how long that was into the game. I would not be surprised if we start to see this game rivaling that, because oh my god, it's destruction across the board.
Yeah. I mean, that is 20 kills to 4, and I think I can just make out that is 36.5k to 24k. That gold lead is almost certainly the biggest gold lead of UNL Season 6 so far.
Exactly, and I like that addendum at the end though. I like that so far we've still got tons of games to be played. I think if we take ourselves out of this game for a second and put ourselves in the shoes of Pogfrogs, this is still so early in their season. Asena gets one auto attack, the ultimate reigns over the top of her, and she's just gonna die. One auto and an ultimate. She can't even walk up to farm the minions. Vince is just melting this side of Pogfrogs.
That is nearly triple the CS that Vince has over the Senna. That's 173 to 59. You gotta feel sorry for the side of Pogfrogs here. Vince is just taking no prisoners at all.
Absolutely, and like I say, I mean, I want to talk about the game here, but I feel like at any moment Vince can just auto attack someone and delete their entire health bar. As some dangerous walking up there happens, the Sonic Wave does land. Does the Lee Syndrome reign true for Gwyncasso? It does not. A 3-man ultimate there for the Vladimir. Does not manage to find anything off of it. Just a little bit of damage. Sonic Wave going wide. And yeah, I feel like this teamfight is about to explode.
Even the
Look at that karma damage! Oh my god, it's the support gap.
That's the support.
What's going on?
Oh my lord.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where I feel like we can't take a break from talking about what's going on in the fights, because that's the Kennen flash in. I say that. Massive damage across the entire team. However, he is going to find himself going down. Jarvan manages to get himself kicked out by the friendly Gwyncasso on the enemy team. The Draven Axe goes through. It does not matter if you flash away from that. However, just like you were saying, the Cho'Gath ultimate coming through, managing to pick that up. That is a huge shutdown for the side of Pogfrogs. We were looking for a way back into the game, and we concluded that the only way forward was for Vince to walk into the Nexus, and he did just that.
Yeah. This is a really tanky Cho'Gath, though, who's not going to go down easy, particularly with that Nexus healing as well.
Absolutely not. Massive damage onto the Karma. We can see why this game goes longer now. We have some kills on the side of Pogfrogs. We have some shutdowns. I mean, what was that? 2 shutdowns there for the side of, for just the Cho'Gath alone. He's going to be a big, beefy boy coming into these fights.
I think that was about 1,600 gold collected by that Cho'Gath there.
Absolutely massive. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where It's absolutely great that the Cho'Gath has, you know, got some tankiness on him. I see he's up to now 2.6k gold in his bank, but ultimately I don't know if that's able to turn the game, because you've got this advantage on the Cho'Gath. You're going to be able to stall out for that little bit longer, but you have to ask, is the gold you're getting from those shutdowns going to even come close to the 2.5 item lead that Vince has over your ADC? Is it going to have even time to matter?
I mean, I did see. Oh, and as he's getting caught out here, he may go down, and
He just gets walked down. Ezzy not having the best time of it here in the top lane. The matchup going heavily in Pog's favor, but it seems like that's the only place on the map where that is the case. I'm just going to accept that Vladimir's just going to flash on top of people, going to stop shoutcasting these, and we're just going to talk about Pogfrogs season, because like we were saying, they're early doors here. Both teams, as of this game, only 3 games in. A51, 1 and 2, and Pogfrogs 0 and 3. And they really just need to keep this mentality of, even though we're losing so hard in this game, not only is it one of the top teams in the UNL, it's still super early in the season. There's still loads of time for adaptation. And whilst it might be grand to say they can still come back and they can win this entire split, it just means every single game that Pogfrogs are in is going to be incredibly hyped, because the second they get an upset, it's going to be one of the undoubtedly greatest games of the season.
I am so ready to see Pogfrogs absolutely popping off. We're going to see
oh my god,
so
that was
many
an 825 damage critical strike, Judge.
Yes!
What the
Oh, that karma's gonna go down, but it does not matter when we see the Draven obliterating the enemy team. But no! The Cho'Gath
Another
Feast!
1,000 gold shutdown!
The
Another
Cho'Gath
one coming
Feast! Oh, this is such a fed, very literally fed Cho'Gath. That is a big boy right there.
He has been munching on some chunky ones. He is, what is that, 8-2 and 2 now? It's been the top kingdom, and I mean, if Pogfrogs have any way back into this game, it's a Pogfrogs angle through the top lane.
I do believe, though, as well, Blaziken has not yet munched on any minions. I'm pretty sure that is 8 feast kills. I am pretty sure.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's going to be hard to tell with the video, but you have to feel like he's so strong at this point. Doesn't matter if he's munching on the minions or not. He can get a couple of the extra stacks, but if he's getting 1,000 gold every time he does it onto Vins, I'd be taking that every day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, that Demonic Embrace, I think that's Fimbulwinter and Iceborne Gauntlet with Merc Treads. I'm going to see another fight here.
Absolutely massive damage there coming out, because, you know, even with this tank build, he does have the Demonic Embrace. Massive damage coming through. However, February 14th here to clean up. The damage is massive. Vins is walking at you and you have to be terrified. He has the Lord Dominic's Embrace, so no matter how tanky you are on this Cho'Gath, you're going to have to respect Vins there. Hopefully he doesn't get caught out. The ultimate rains through, does massive damage onto Lee Sin, but not going to be able to pick it up. I feel like if you do end up getting one shot by just a Dravenard, that's the point where you call the game and you just FF. Because that's game. That's it. There's no coming back from that one.
I mean, there isn't too long of this game left, to be fair. But this has been, what, a good 5 minutes just spent in Pogfrog Nexus.
I mean, absolutely. And I suppose at the end of the day, if you are looking to try and take positives from this game as Pogfrogs, you managed to, at a massive deficit, hold the enemies off for such a long time. You know, if Pogfrogs don't have such a huge deficit to come back from, say instead of the however many gold difference it is right now, I can't really see, I believe that's 12k.
Yeah.
Say instead of 12k, it's 2k. I really believe in the Pogfrogs comeback.
That was a oh my god!
936 damage. Oh my god. Oh, 1005 coming through. He is going for the bingo cards, the highest possible critical strike damage from one auto attack, as they're ignoring it as they go into the Nexus. Vin's once again running it down. We're gonna have to see some miracle Cho'Gath plays if he wants to get this. However, Draven's on the kite. He has to walk back, has to flash out, gets the rooted. However, the damage is so massive. He trades back and it does not even matter. The damage goes through. The enemy team is dead and it is just a Cho'Gath alive in this phase.
The Cho'Gath can't get onto the Draven though. Not alone anyway, so it's going to be so difficult for him. He does get close though. Does he? He does enough damage!
1,000 gold shut down, the third in a row for the Cho'Gath. He is
The Vex as well!
Oh my god, it comes through. Is this the Pogfrogs comeback of the century, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on?
This is just so high. Like, the Cho'Gath being able to get on to the Draven every single time. The Karma's not doing enough to help heal. And Blaziken is just simply walking and munching and destroying everyone.
Yeah.
That's an 11-2 Cho'Gath.
Our read over this these gold graphs might be a bit wonky because of the quality, but you know, from roughly what I'm guessing, that looked like about a 2 or 3k gold swing off of those kills alone, because of how big the shutdowns are here. As we see Gin Queso getting caught out, you cannot be farming your own jungle. They have control over this territory. The stun goes down, the Hex Stick comes through for the Vladimir, the ultimate is down, damage going through Gin Queso, not going to be going down, massive heals back onto Vladimir, and he's going to find himself out, walks back to base. One last hurrah for Pogfrogs. Buy up the items, buy up the pots, and see how this fight goes. Can you survive Vince's all slot for long enough to have Cho'Gath execute him, or is this gonna be their base?
Yeah.
Oh, the flash through. Gets rooted up though. Could be looking to trade this back. The Cho'Gath is on the front line here. The Kennen ultimate reigns over all. However, with those cooldowns first, it is just Vince. It is the Vince show.
Can
that
the Cho'Gath get
one
on?
critical strike takes it down. The ultimate from the Jarvan is going to stop him for even longer. Both still alive, but this is an open nexus here. If A51 want to, they can come as close as they want to just closing this out right here and now. Just hit the nexus. And oh my god, one auto attack and the Collector proc comes through. The Vex is gone, and the Cho'Gath's teammates are slowly getting whittled down far quicker than he is. Finding himself getting low, gonna have to go back into base, and this is gonna be game for Pogfrogs, for A51 as a deafening win over Pogfrogs.
I thought there'd be one last kill, but it ends 35-19.